Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be changing some fuel filters on my 2018 Ram 2500. We are here in beautiful, gloomy California. As you can tell, it's a little bit rainy outside. But today I just got my notice on my computer that the fuel filters need to be replaced. So we're going to go ahead and do that and do our regular routine maintenance. So let's get to it. So we're going to be changing out the fuel filters on the 6.7, and there's two of them, so we're going to be changing out both of them today. I actually bought this set on Amazon. You can get it for about $100. It's the best bet. It saves you about $400 or $500 from going to the dealership and getting this service done. So these are the part numbers if you want to look them up, or if you just go onto Amazon and you search 6.7 Cummins fuel filters, you can find this package right here. So the first fuel filter is going to be, if you look on the under the engine right here on the driver's side, down below the brake fluid reservoir right here, you'll see that there's a little fuel filter container here, and we're going to take that off right there. The first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to want to loosen up that valve down there, let all the fuel drain out, and then take off the cap. The cap is going to be a 1 1/8. So let's get to that. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take a Phillips head or a small flathead, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to loosen up the drain valve there. Make sure you put a pan underneath to catch all the fluid, as I have here. And it's going to go ahead and drain out. So drain all of that out, and then you can remove the cap right there and start taking out the old one and putting in the new one. So go ahead and loosen up that top cap. It's going to take a little bit of force once you start loosening it up, but it'll come as soon as you break that first seal. Take off the cap. There it is. So go ahead and try and take that out right there. You can just pull it out, and it'll come pretty easy, just like that. Let it all drain out so you don't got a bunch of diesel everywhere, and then put the new one in. Okay, so when you take out the old one, you're going to want to replace the O-ring with it as well. So go ahead and just take off the old O-ring and replace it with the new one. The new filter comes with an O-ring, so it's always good to replace that when you replace the new one. So you got the new O-ring on there. Make sure you lube it up with whatever type of oil you like. It's always a good idea. And just place in your new filter. Push it in, make sure it goes in all the way nice and snug. Let me get out of the way for you guys so you guys can see. Make sure it's seated all the way down. Replace the cap, tighten up that the drain valve, and the front fuel filter is good to go. So now we'll move on to the rear. Okay, so as we move on to the rear fuel filter, you're going to be on the passenger side, underneath, right between the exhaust and the drive shaft. If you look under here, it's going to be right there. So there's going to be also another drain valve. So you're going to want to loosen that up and drain out the rest of the fuel. So we'll go ahead, we'll do that. Just like so. And then it's going to want to drip all over your drive shaft. So go ahead, drain all that out, and then we'll get to the next step. Okay, once you drain most of it out, you're going to want to take off this blue plug right here. It's on the top of this other sensor. You just push on the tab right here. It comes right out. This filter is going to be super tight. So unless you have a specific tool to take that out, I just use some regular oil filter wrench and open it up right real wide, wrapped it around here like that, and twisted it off, and it came fairly easy. So we'll go ahead and continue removing this filter housing. Okay, so once you get the fuel filter off, you're going to take the sensor on the top and replace it onto the new one. That sensor, I don't have a vice grip or anything, but if you just have a set of channel locks, you can just squeeze onto the hex there, and you can just twist it off. It's not hard. So we'll go ahead and swap this part to the new one. Your new filter is going to come with 2 new O-rings. So put the O-ring onto the fuel filter, and then the other smaller one goes on the sensor itself. You can just hand tighten that one up. If you want, you can just take your vice grips or your channel locks and just tighten it up just a little bit more. Okay, so we're ready to put on the new fuel filter. Let's go ahead and take a rag and clean the surface, the mating surface of the fuel filter and where it attaches to the vehicle. You don't want to have any debris on it, so just go ahead and clean it off, and then add just a little bit of oil onto the new O-ring right there, just to give it a little bit of lubrication. And tighten it on there as much as you can. Hand tighten is good enough, but just make sure you do it nice and tight. Okay, once you tighten it up, take your sensor and go ahead and just plug it in right there, and you're all good to go with the installation. And then prime the vehicle and you're all set. Okay, so once back in the vehicle, you're going to want to cycle the motor to get the fuel running through the lines, so it'll fill up in all those the housing and the other filter. So just go ahead and turn it on, let it run for a few seconds. Don't turn it on all the way, but just with the accessory, just to get the fuel running through it. And do that about maybe 5 or 6 times, and if it doesn't want to crank over, just keep on doing it, and eventually your truck will start up. And it might run funny for a mile or two, but it'll jump back to normal. Okay, so once you cycle the vehicle about maybe 6 to 10 times, you can go ahead and start it up. And she starts right up. And now the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to reset the monitor for the fuel filters. So go ahead and go to the settings here, switch over to the fuel filter. Right there it's at 0%, and it'll tell you hold all to reset. So we'll go ahead and press this button here, confirm reset, okay, and that's it, you're done. I want to thank you guys for watching today's video. I honestly do encourage that you do all your regular routine maintenance by yourself, just so you can save that much money from the dealer. The dealer wanted to charge me $586 to replace the fuel filters and the oil, which took me less than 30 minutes. So I honestly do encourage you, if you can do it, if you have a few tools, that's good enough to replace this and do it yourself. It just gives you so much gratification knowing that you worked on your own truck and you have no idea what the dealer will do. So if this video did help you, I would appreciate it if you would like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me tremendously. So thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one.